Welcome to the low mid budget watch report, and today I'm gonna show you my G-Shock collection. I'm gonna start with this big chunky G-Shock, the Street Fighter G-Shock as I call it, but it's actually urban camouflage or something. It's the GA 700 CT1AER, and it has all type of timer functions, but I only use it as a watch. Maybe if I was younger I would use all these timer functions. It actually has some cool displays. It has bars showing the seconds. I only use the G-Shocks as watches. It's a G-Shock and it's a big one. I haven't used this one too much because it's so big. Maybe if I went camping in the woods, or maybe if I want to, maybe this is the type of watch I would use hiking. It's a really big one, but if you get small, if you care about having small fragile wrists, maybe this is not the G-Shock for you. The urban camouflage, or the Street Fighter watch as I call it. I don't know why I call it Street Fighter. I just figure this is the type of watch any character from the Street Fighter 2 game could use. Gui maybe could would have this G-Shock. Maybe he has this G-Shock. Well, then I will show you my smallest G-Shock, and my smallest G-Shock is the DW 5600 BB, the DW 5600 BB. And it looks like this. This is actually, the ugliest G-Shock I own, but it is my most used G-Shock. And maybe it's because I do not care. Everybody should have a G-Shock they don't care about too much, and this is the G-Shock I have that I don't care too much about, and I use it all the time. When doing dirty work, when going to the gym, late nights going to work, I use this watch because I don't care if, and when moving furniture, when moving to another place, I always wear this one because I don't care if it does get scratched, and it managed good so far, so I don't even know if it can break. It's the indestructible G-Shock. Actually, the display is kind of weak. When using this G-Shock in daytime, sometimes I have difficulty seeing the display. The display is weak, but at nighttime this G-Shock is perfect. Well, let you show me my Oaks, G-Shock Oaks. They are all the same size, and there's no big difference between them. This I got from my daughter and my girlfriend. It's a very nice and clean G-Shock, and I just love it. This I use when I go eating, or every time I'm going to relax and going to meet up with family, or I use this one. This is a very clean and nice G-Shock that I got from my lovely girls. It's a very nice G-Shock. Yes. And this is also an oak. It's the Foggy Forest, the green version. There's a brown and a green version, or there are different types of models also, but the Oak has two versions. It's a green and a brown, and I call them Mortal Kombat G-Shocks because I always think about Sub-Zero and Scorpion. There are like two different versions of these, and I don't know why I think of Scorpion and Sub-Zero, but they fight in the woods in one scene in the first Mortal Kombat movie. They fight in the woods, and I just think of the foggy forest and the Sub-Zero versus the Scorpion, and I like the colors, but I have the green one. I don't know if I should get the brown one too, but the green one is very nice looking, and yeah, it got all the G-Shock Oak functions, but I only use these as watches and to tell time and date. And then I will show you my last Oak, or this is actually the first. I already unboxed this on YouTube. It's the G-Shock Rubik's. It's a very cool G-Shock Oak, but I never used it because it's kind of toyish. Can I say that? It's a kind of toyish G-Shock. It's actually very nice, and I put the light on 3 seconds. So when I push this, you can choose between having the light on 1 or 3 seconds. But when I push the light, I have it on 3 seconds. I adjust the light timer to 3 seconds on this one. And it is very cool. Is it actually 3 seconds up? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's 3 seconds. The Rubik G-Shock. I will show all these up close too. But actually, yeah, the Oaks are all more or less the same. They have the same size and the same weight. I only have 3 G-Shock Oaks. I feel like I could have like 10 at least. I love them. And I also love the chunky G-Shock. It's also cool. And I also love this Warrior G-Shock that I always bring with me doing hard work. And because I would bump this G-Shock, I will always bump into walls and all kind of stuff with this G-Shock. This is my action G-Shock. Well, that's all. I'm gonna show all my G-Shocks up close and how they look in the dark and all that kind of stuff. And here we go. Here's the fine watch, fine G-Shock Oak, and here is the Rubik's G-Shock up close. And here's the Mortal Kombat G-Shock up close. And we have the Street Fighter G-Shock up close. And this is how the Street Fighter looks on the wrist. And this is how the Oak looks on the wrist. And this is how my action G-Shock looks on the wrist. And as you can see, these Oaks have lumen, but not the Street Fighter one. And this is how the Street Fighter one looks with the light. And this is how the Oak look with the light, the Mortal Kombat one. And this is how the lights look on my action G-Shock. Which one is my favorite G-Shock? Well, I have to say this one, because my lovely girls gave me this one. But the most used G-Shock is definitely this one. This is my Action G-Shock. And the G-Shock I almost never use, or I don't think I never used it. The Rubik G-Shock, I never put this on in public. But it is cool. Maybe I will do it someday. Maybe I will start wearing this G-Shock someday. It is really cool. This is kind of new. I haven't even removed the tag, so I haven't used this Street Fighter G-Shock either. And also I haven't used this Mortal Kombat G-Shock. So I will definitely start using one of these three. I will definitely start wearing one of these three more, but yeah, I think having 5 G-Shocks, you always have a choice. You always have a G-Shock for the right occasion. Right G-Shock for the right occasion. I will wear this hiking, and I will wear this G-Shock solving Rubik's cubes or playing video games. And I will wear this G-Shock meeting up with my arch enemy in the woods. And I will wear this G-Shock every time I meet up with my girls. And I will wear this G-Shock going to the work, going to the gym, moving furnitures. And this is my when I'm in trouble G-Shock. Well, that's all, folks. See you next time.